So I hope you have gone through the recording yesterday. If not, you have not, because we have done problems yesterday. Nothing else we have done, because with that the chapter is over with collision, and then we will move to the next chapter, that is rigid body and rotational motion chapter. Have you gone through? Hello. दिख रहा है तुमको? स्क्रीन दिख रहा है ना?
हाँ।
क्या हुआ, सो रही थी क्या? कहाँ थी तुम?
सर यहीं पे थी, मैं ट्राई कर रही थी बट हो नहीं रहा था।
नहीं, वो गलती से मैंने गलत आईडी दे दिया था। मैंने वो SWW की जगह आई थिंक एस कुछ तो दिया था।
ओके।
प्रीतम कहाँ चला गया? हेलो प्रीतम, ज्वाइन किया क्या वो?
नहीं सर, प्रीतम नहीं।
हेलो।
Sorry, sir. I left.
Yeah, no issues. Okay, guys. So, have you gone through the problems, Preetham? If you have not gone through, please go through the problems and practice the problem. Okay.
Okay.
So now we will do the next important chapter, rotational motion. Clear? Rotational motion. So to start with, what is a rigid body? Who will explain me what is a rigid body? A rigid body is a solid body which has a constant distance between any point. Like if I have, let's say, a square, or if I have a cube. Cube is a rigid body. Why? Because if I take this point and this point and this point and this point, this point and this point, they have a fixed distance. Yes or no? So if you see any point, let's say if you are taking a slice of the, if you take a slice, anywhere between this, the points, adjacent points are fixed distance. Am I correct? Yes or no?
Yes sir.
That means they are rigid. They do not have a variable distance. So any material, any solid bodies are basically a rigid body. Unless and until an external force is acted on it, it will not change its size or shape. Means, let's say you are having a piece of solid wooden cube. Wooden cube, unless you break it, unless you hammer it, it will not change its shape. Yes or no? So without acting any external force, if your shape is not changed, then this is called a rigid body. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
So if I want to write a definition, you can write a definition. When 2 points in a body have a constant distance, when a 2 point of a body have constant distance, the same body is said to be a rigid body. You can write down. When 2 points in a body have constant distance throughout, the body is said to be a rigid body. Clear?
Sir, can you repeat?
When 2 points in a body have a constant distance between them, the body is said to be rigid body. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes sir.
So let us talk about motion. What about a motion? What type of motion it can have? It can have 3 types of motion. It can have rotation about a fixed axis. Number second, rotation about an axis in translation. Rotation about an axis. I will give example for each of them. So just write right now. About an axis in translation. And number three, rotation about an axis in rotation. Clear? So the first one is rotation about a fixed axis. So if you imagine a fan, if you look at the fan will have a rod. It will be like this, and rod will be hung, and there will be a fixed rod, and there will be a some kind of motor, and there will be three what blades of the fan. If you see, this one is a fixed what axis? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Hello,
Yes, sir.
Pritam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Answer me. Now I'm asking you. So if you see, this one is a fixed axis, and this one is rotating, and obviously the blades are there. It is rotating. So it is rotation about a fixed axis. It is rotating about this fixed axis. This is a fixed axis. This is the first example. Any more example you can have? Yes, we can have a door. If you see a door is like this. You see, the door will have a fixed axis. The door will rotate. It will not rotate completely, but it will rotate maybe semicircle. Yes or no? This is also rotation about a fixed axis. Is it clear? And also clock. If you see clock, the minute hand and the second hand and the second hand and the hour hand, all are rotating about this axis. These are the examples of rotation about fixed axis. Is it clear?
Sir, actually, I'm not taking it.
Yes, sir.
Now is it clear or no? No.
Sir, like, it is clear, sir.
Not clear? 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Now it's not clear. Let me join my 1 minute. I think some update is happening. That's why it is some problem is there. Let me switch off this. Wait, let me connect to my hotspot and then it will be fine. What about now? Is it okay? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Now it's better. It's better, sir.
Better. Okay. So is it clear? The first example is clear. The fan, the door, and the hands of the clock all are rotating about a fixed axis. Is it clear? Example.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next will come to rotation about an axis in translation. What about this one? Just think. You have a wheel. Okay, maybe a tire. And what you are doing, you are trying to roll it on a road. So if you see, the tire is rotating. And also it is moving in a straight line. Translation, rectilinear motion. So in this example, if you see, both rotation is also happening and also translation is happening. Yes or no? The body is moving ahead, so it is translating, and also the body is rotating and moving. It is going like this. Yes or no? The wheel is going like this. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So this example is called rotation about an axis. Yes, it is rotating. It is like this. It is going like this. So constantly, if you see, this is changing. It is here. When it is here, it is here. It is here. It is here. So it is rotating around this point. However, it is also moving ahead. It's called rotation about an axis in translation. Is it clear?
Sir, like rotation.
Sir, can you repeat it, sir?
Revolution.
See, if you see a tire or you see a wheel, if you see a cycle, how is the cycle? Cycle has two tires or not? So, if the cycle has to move ahead, the body only when it is rotates, but only rotating will not happen. You have to touch to the ground. When it is touching the ground and it is rotating, the cycle is moving ahead in a translation motion, in a rectilinear motion, and also it is rotating. Here in the fan, it is only rotating around a fixed axis, but here it is not a fixed axis. It is not fixed axis. Why? Because the axis is constantly changing. When the wheel is here, it is here. Moment it is going ahead, it is here, and it is here, it is here. So it is also going straight and also rotating. Yes or no?
Sir, translational is like all particles move in the straight line only, no, sir?
Correct.
Yes, sir, understood.
So the cycle is moving ahead, no? Cycle is moving ahead. If you want to ride the cycle in a straight line, it is going ahead. But how it is going? Only when the wheel is rotating. So the rotation is also happening. The wheel is also rotating around its axis and also what? Also moving in a straight line. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, rotation about an axis in rotation. Rotation about an axis in rotation. What about this? Just think. Just think what about this? What about this? The best example is what? Earth. The earth is spinning also and also rotating around what? Sun. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The earth is spinning, rotating around in its own axis and also rotating around the sun. Clear?
Sir, what will be the difference between translation and revolution?
Translation and revolution. Translation means going in a straight line. Body is translating. The wheel is translating. Okay?
Okay.
But revolution means rotating on a circular orbit. Though it is not a orbit, circular orbit, but it is going around that. That's why it's rotating. If the earth would have gone like this, then we will say the earth is what? Translating. But earth is not translating. Earth is going around the earth, also spinning around its own axis and also spinning around the sun. There are two axes. One is this axis around its own axis and also the sun. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
All the three examples are clear.
Yes, sir.
Pritam, clear?
So can you explain the last example round again, sir?
Last example is, see, let me draw. See, the first example is simple. First example is fan. Fan is constantly rotating here, constantly. Okay. Next example, the wheel. Wheel is rotating and going in a straight line. This is called rotation about translation. And next is the earth, rotating around its own axis and also rotating around the sun. Even the moon also goes like that, yes or no? The moon also rotates around its own axis and also rotates around the earth. So when the earth is here, when the earth goes here, again the moon changes. Is it clear? This type of motion is called rotation about an axis in rotation. So the axis also is rotating. If you see here the axis is rotating. Here axis is not rotating. Here the axis is also rotating. No. Here sun. Here is earth. Here the earth is rotating. Here also axis is also rotating. If you see the axis, when earth is here, earth is here, earth is here. So if you see the axis is constantly rotating. Yes or no? Yes or no? And one more example is a what? What do you call that? Top. Have you seen a top? Top. A top, yeah. I mean, you have not seen a top. The top also rotates. When the top rotates, it also rotates around its own axis, but also rotates like this, a constant like this. Have you seen
Sir,
a
your
top?
voice is breaking.
Now also it is breaking.
Yes, sir.
Sir, little bit, sir. Yes.
Yeah, manage. Sorry, I am recording anyway. That's okay. So now are you able to understand on it? The top is also top also does the same. It also rotates around its own axis and also rotates in a small area in a circular path. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All three are clear. All the three examples very important.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will come to the important concepts. Okay. That is quantity, different type of quantity. We are aware about a linear motion. Till now we have all the things we have studied, let's say projectile motion, or maybe just a body going in a straight line. So that is not linear motion. But now we will learn about the angular. But what is that is what important this chapter about rotation about its angle. So what is the different quantity we will get aware of that. First quantity is displacement. Displacement. In linear, we represent it as S. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
But in angular, we represent as theta. Why? Because let's say the angle, these are the hands of the clock. Initially they are like this. Next, after some time, the clock becomes like this. So the theta, initially it was theta 1, now it got changed to theta 2. That means theta 2 is greater than theta 1. That means there has been a change in the displacement. So angular displacement is represented by the theta. Is it clear? Is it clear, Pritam?
Yes.
Sir, can you explain this again? Sir, what was
I'm
was
saying
breaking there?
the displacement in the linear motion is represented by S. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Displacement in a angular, in a rotational motion is given by theta. Why? Because initially the two hands of the clock is like this. After some time the clock became like this. So can you see there is a change in the angle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear? Now we will come to the velocity.
Yes.
Velocity in the linear motion is given by what? V. Am I correct? But in the angular, it is given by omega. Clear? Angular velocity.
Yes, sir.
And what is the relation? V is equal to r omega. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Next we come to acceleration. Acceleration is given by a, and here it is given by the alpha. Given by alpha. Is it clear? Is
Yes,
it
sir.
clear? Okay, good. So obviously if you do V equal to r omega, so if you dV by dt, yes or no? If you do dV by dt, similarly it will be what? D of dt with respect to r omega. You will get this one. We will learn about the later. We will learn about each of the angular. We will only concern about the angular part. Now I'm just giving you till now. I'm just giving an analogy. Next we'll talk about force. The force here it is given by the F. That is called normal force. Whatever force we have seen, contact force, or it is a weight, everything is a straight line. Yes or no? Yes or no? And when you talk about the angular, it is given by what? Tau. What? Torque.
Torque.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct? Next we'll go to mass. The mass is given by m. and here it is given by moment of inertia. Is it clear? Next, momentum we give by P, that is equal to mv, and here we give by what? L. Angular momentum, that is given by I into omega. Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Simple. In place of m, I will come. In place of velocity, omega will come. That's it. L equal to I omega. Clear? Good. So now let us see omega. Okay. Let us learn each of the quantity. Okay. Have you noted down this one, or you want time to write down?
1 second, please.
Yeah.
Sir, 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, please write down.
Yes, sir, then.
Done, Pritham?
So 1 second, please, right?
You can take snapshot, no? You can later write down.
So going to finish this.
Yeah.
So what is the last one, sir? C will be also.
L equal to I omega. L.
Okay.
L for lion.
That's it all.
Okay? Okay. So first we'll see angular displacement, that is called theta. What is this? Obviously, when a particle moves in a angular way, means the particle moving like this. Again it is like this, again it is like this, again it is like this. So hands of a clock. Okay, this is called it is the angle or the area traced by the particle, and the unit is radian. Obviously, unit is radians, and we know pi radians is equal to 180 degree. Am I correct or not? Yes or no? And obviously this dimension will be what? What is the dimension? The dimension will be 1. Why? Because it is m0, l0 and t0. Neither it has a mass, neither it has length, nor it has time. So it is a dimensionless quantity. Though displacement in linear motion is not a dimensionless quantity, it is L1. Yes or no? Displacement,
Yes, sir.
is it L1? But theta is what? M0, L0 and T0. Very, very important. Clear? Let us go to angular velocity. Angular velocity is given by omega. So how do we write? It is nothing but you write like in velocity, linear velocity, what do you write? What do you write? Change in distance S2 by S1 divided by the time. Yes or no? The time taken. Here it will be theta 2 by theta 1 divided by time, or omega is equal to d theta by dt. That's it. Angular velocity. And the unit will be radian per second. Why? Because radians is theta, second is time. So radian per second. And what about the dimension? What about the dimension? Obviously, radian is a dimensionless quantity. It is per second. That means it will be m0, L0, t minus 1. Yes or no? Am I correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Pritham, clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good. So let us learn what about next is what? Angular acceleration. Yes? Okay. Angular acceleration, that is given by alpha. So the alpha is nothing but whatever acceleration is dv by dt. Am I correct? And alpha will be what? D omega by dt. And the unit will be radian per second square. And the dimension will be m0, L0, t minus 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
Sir, I wanted to ask why t minus 2?
Why t minus 2? Because what is omega?
Yes.
Omega is d theta by dt. Alpha is d omega by dt. So what?
Okay,
So
sir.
it is what? D by dt of d theta by dt. That
Yes,
is
yes,
d
yes,
square theta by dt square. So time is square,
yes,
no?
yes,
Clear?
yes, sir. Yes.
Good. So let us see what is torque. Any idea what is torque? Any idea what is torque? See, let me give an example. You are having a door. Okay, your mom says just close the door. These are two hinge of the door. So door will be like this. This is called hinges. Okay, so you have to close the door. So if you want to close the door, where do you catch? Where is the handle given? The handle is given here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Have you seen any handle given here?
No.
Why? 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 See, there are
To easily open
yeah.
the
So
door.
what it depends. What it is when you talk about a force acting in a curved or a circular motion, or maybe it's in not in a linear non-linear path. There are three things what is important. One is, first thing is how much force is applied, where it is applied, and what angle it is applied. How much force applied, where it is applied, and what angle it is applied. Now I will tell you why. See, how much force, the amount of force what Siddhi you can pull. Do you think the same force your brother can be able to pull, small brother who is 10 years older to you? No, right?
Yes.
Yes, that is the first thing. Second thing, where it is applied. Where, which place? Is it applied here or it is applied here? Which place? And the second, at what angle? Are you pulling, are you standing and pushing the door, pulling like this, or you are standing here and pulling it, where you will see the maximum outcome? When you are standing here. If you pull
Yes.
90 degree, it will be best. So the torque is given by the formula R cross F. That is R F sine theta. So the force will tell how much force you are applying. Theta will tell at what angle it is being applied, and R is being told where it is applied. That means if theta is, if you are pulling from here, that means if you see the door and between you there is a 90-degree angle. So that means the maximum torque will be here when you are pulling it at a 90 degree. That means the door and the hand which you are pulling is 90 degree to each other. That is the first thing. Because sine theta is 91. Next,
Sine 91.
yes, and next, how much force you are applying, and next, where it is applying. If you are applying from here, obviously you will get lesser torque. Why? Because R is the distance from the axis where it is attached. So the distance here, if you see, the distance here is lesser than the distance from here to here. So the R here is larger than the R here. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the torque is nothing but the force acting in a rotational motion. So you can have multiple examples like lever. Lever. If you want to remove a wheel, so what have you seen? What the mechanic does? Mechanic will get a some kind of wrenchy. Yes or no? Which will be like this. And he will put it and he will apply the maximum force. He will try to apply here. And then only it will open. He will never apply here. He will never hold here and apply. You will see. He will try to use the maximum R max. And he will use theta as 90 degree. And force at the best he will try. Then only it will get loosened. Similarly, while tightening, he will apply the maximum force to tighten it. Am I clear?
Yes.
Pritham, clear? Pritham, clear or
Yes,
not?
sir.
Good. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So fine. So now let me give you what are the different formulas, and that will help you comparison between linear motion and the rotational motion. I was just giving about an analogy about what is force. So linear motion and the rotational motion. You don't have to write, you just note it down. You can take a snapshot. See, S is given by what? Initial velocity by final velocity divided by 2 into time. What about rotational motion? It is what? Omega naught by omega divided by 2 into t. This is the formula. Next, acceleration is given by final velocity minus initial velocity by time. And whatever the alpha, it will be W minus W naught by time. That means final velocity, final angular velocity minus initial angular velocity divided by time. Next, we'll talk about the velocity. The velocity is the Newton first law. V equal to U plus AT. Similarly, you have omega equal to omega naught plus alpha t. Next, S is equal to ut plus half at square. And here it will be what? Theta equal to omega naught t plus half alpha t square. Here it will be v square minus u square equal to 2s. And here it will be omega square minus omega naught square equal to 2 alpha theta. And next, the final one is, no, that's all. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So note it down. So was this taught in your class, Pritam?
What, sir?
Was this taught in your class in this way or different way?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And remember, all this are for acceleration constant. And here, all this for angular acceleration as constant. So if you have a variable acceleration, then what will happen? If your acceleration is not constant, then your v will become ds by dt. And your a will be what? dv by dt. And that is equal to d by dt of ds by dt. And that is equal to d square s by dt square, which is equal to v dv by ds. This is for linear. And what about here? Here omega will become d theta by dt. This is for variable angular acceleration. And your acceleration will be equal to d omega by dt, which is equal to d square theta by dt square, and which is equal to omega d omega by d theta. That's it. This for variable. Both are for variable, and this is top is for constant acceleration. Is it clear?
It's the one.
Yes, sir.
How this came dv by ds? Any idea? How this came? You didn't ask me also. See, what is d square dt? Yeah, tell me. Tell me. See, v dv by ds. What is v? V is ds by dt. And what about dv by ds? What about dv by ds? Who will tell me? So dv by dv will be what? D square s by dt square, and ds is 1 by ds. So what we are doing? We are just 1 minute. Somewhere I did a mistake. D square s by dt square, no? So d square by dt square, this will be v into dv by ds. Why? Because v is dv, v is ds by dt. Okay, and here we are getting ds by dt, dv by dt. Yeah. Why? Because see, this is v dv by ds is nothing but v is ds by dt, and here this is dv by ds. So both ds got cancelled. So what you are getting? dv by dt. Yes, correct only. No, this is nothing but your dv by dt. Clear or not? Pritam, clear? No?
It's the one. Yes. dv by ds.
See, what is A? We are saying A is equal to dv by dt, which is equal to d square by dt square, and which is also equal to v into dv by ds. How this is equal to this? What is v? V is ds by dt. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what is dv by ds? Multiply dv by ds. Both ds got cancelled, and what you are left with? Dv by dt, which is equal to same.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Also.
Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, same. This will be same. Okay. Anyway, I'm recording it. No problem. So one force is given. That is given 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus k cap is acting at a point 1, 2 and 2. Find the moment of force or find the torque, okay, about a point 0, 1 and 3. So what is given? Your force is given. So your tau is nothing but r cross f or rf sin theta. Not rf sin theta, r cross f. You have to do a cross product. So your f is given, this vector is given, and your r is given, initial r is given. Okay, and now it is telling your r got changed. Now your r is this one. How do we find the what? The torque. Is it clear? Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how do we find? First, how do we find r? R is nothing but a length, distance. So the 2 points are given. So find out the distance between the 2 points. Yes or no? So what will be the r? Your r will be 1 minus 0 I cap plus 2 minus 1 j cap plus 2 minus 3 k cap. That is equal to I cap plus j cap minus k cap. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what is your f? What is your f? Your f is nothing but 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus k cap. So how to do the cross product? You very well know how to do the cross product. Yes or no? So in a determinant style, I taught you earlier I, j, k, and here you have to do r cross f. So first will be r and next will be f. So put down the values. R 1, 1 minus 1. For f 2, 3 minus 1. So now take first I. So I into, okay, I into, so you, when you take I, you have to remove this, so you have to consider only this part. So what it will be? What it will be? Minus 1, minus 1, minus 3. So minus 1, minus of minus 3. I made a mistake somewhere? Yeah. Somewhere I made a mistake. Yeah, it's correct. Minus 1, minus 3. Okay. Plus. Hey, somewhere I did a mistake, huh? Just check once. Pritam, check it.
Sir, you should do 1 minus minus 1 first.
1 minus 1. No, we'll do like this
Yes.
or I also forgot here. How to do this here? Come on. Pritam.
Sir,
It should be.
so you should multiply it like 1 into minus 1
Okay.
minus minus 1 into
Okay. So 1 into. Oh, yeah. 1 into minus 1. So minus 1 minus minus of minus 3. Is it clear? Yeah. Good. I answer. Good, good, Siddhi. Next, J into. So for J, what you will do? For J, what you will do? So minus, whenever you get J, minus will come. So 2 into minus. So minus 2, yes or no? Minus 2. For J, what will be the 2 into minus 1? So minus 2 and minus of minus 1. So plus 1. Yes or no? Plus K cap. Into K cap is what? You have to remove this. So 3 minus 2. So what is your answer? Plus, so plus 3 minus 1. So 2 I cap minus J cap plus K cap is the what? Is the force torque what? Torque vector. So what you have to find? You have to find the magnitude. You have to find the magnitude. So what you will do? You know how to take the magnitude. 2 square minus 1 square plus 1 square. So it will become 4 plus 1 plus 1 whole square. Root 6. Yes or no? Clear, Rhythm? Okay. So I wanted to actually have a class at 5:30. I need to go. So please do some more problems on this. And Pritam, you have to be on time. Yeah, sorry. I like how you are packed. I am also packed. Okay. When I am giving you time, you have to see whatever be the class. You have to tell them that your class is available. Otherwise, you are already busy. I know. I spoke to your father. You are very busy. I know. But what we'll do? We have to do here. There is no other option. Yes or no?
Yes, sir, sir. Like, even if you start, I see the let's work on the recording, so it's okay. Sir.
No, no,
Like,
that's okay. Whenever you are
I
missing.
will come first today.
No, no, that's okay. See, I don't mind. But last time you missed because you said that you were outside. Yes or no?